Spectrum and Gene Chandler, and that is another thing entitled "Just Be True." I kind of made a mistake because when we played the live thing, I said that was "Just Be True," but the record company put the wrong label on the wrong side, and that was Rainbow. That the record, which is Gene said was his national anthem, and then that was "Just Be True," and you said that that is your after Rainbow. That is your favorite record.
Yeah, in a sense, it's like a favorite. Rainbow is such a dynamic thing for me in the States anyway, but the Just Be True is like a favorite for me because it has a message that at that time it was so beautiful because it brings back a lot of memories of, today the music is contemporary and there are some nice, what you might call sad songs, but Just Be True at that time was really perfect. I fought with that record for about 3 months, for one thing. At that time, the president of the record company I was with did not want me to record any more Curtis Mayfield tunes, and I sort of refused to record unless he would let me record that song. And we fought for about 3 months, and I actually refused to record. And then finally he said, okay, I'll bet you a steak dinner that's not going to be hidden, blah, 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 blah. And it turned out to be the biggest record on his label, Just Be True.
Did he buy you the dinner?
Yes, he did.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah. So it was a lot of fighting that record as well as it being one of my favorites.
So it means an awful lot for you because you proved your point on there.
Yeah. I loved it, and I just couldn't see how it would miss.
Why didn't he want you to record Curtis Mayfield songs?
Well, at that particular time, everybody began to jump on Curtis's tunes around the country. And he thought that I should slide off of Curtis's sound. But that song I couldn't leave. And I couldn't do anything unless I record that tune, And I had sort of an upper hand. I was like the only artist hitting on the label, so I could have used it.
Right.
But then it turned out to be good for him also.
Right.
I was glad that I came out right.
What was it? You said Curtis gave you an awful lot of inspiration. People, at one time, everybody said he was, besides Smokey Robinson, he was the greatest poet in the state and everything else. But you kind of hooked up on him long before anybody else did. What exactly was it? What's that little pinprick that went...
Well, I guess it was vibes. Curtis sung some songs, and I loved them. Rainbow was the first one I heard, then there was, like I said, Just Be True, and I loved it. Then after Just Be True, there was a tune, Nothing Can Stop Me, that Major Lance was supposed to record after Monkey Time and On My Mom, which he recorded of Curtis's tunes.
Right.
And Major turned down Nothing Can Stop Me. And not because of the ego part in it, it just sounded like a good melody to me, and I recorded it, and it turned out to be a hit.
Sounds of yesterday, Mr. Gene Chandler, Curtis Mayfield's Nothing Can Stop Me. I got a feeling nothing can stop him right now. He's going. He's cranked up, and he's ready to go. You still there?
I certainly hope so.
Will you take your hat off?
No.
Do you always wear hats when you go to people's houses?
Yes.
Anybody think it's freezing cold outside?
But since I'm in a radio station and not at a house, I'll just sit here and wear my...
This is my living room when everybody
I see.
Rain.
Well, we're going to party after the show.
Yeah. I mean, you got something happening?
No, I just thought you did.
This is getting insane. It really is.
Absolutely.
It's
like great to have fun, though, and really across the air when people are listening, and they can have fun, too.
Sure.
I think that's nice.
But I got a feeling all the people who appeared to my show met up with you in the States and told you to come on the show and to really try and screw me up because, this is... I don't think I've ever had an interview that's ever gone the way an interview ought to go. It always ends up being mad, insane, and I always get put down. I always end up in a little hole in the ground here.
Well, Greg, I don't think I could ever screw up your show simply because you're here when I'm gone and you have a chance to reprieve yourself. So whatever I do is only for fun today, and tomorrow they'll be with you again.
we had Betty Wright in here about 3 weeks ago, and she couldn't believe it. And she was walking out the door, and she just got out and said bye. And then she opened the door again and said, was that really a radio station? That actually went out there? I said, uh-huh. She went, whew, and walked out. That was the last word.
Well, I think it's beautiful when you have a station that will allow you to open up and sort of be free as long as you stay intact. And it's fun because the listeners get a chance to deal with something else other than just what they've been dealing with. And I'm having a great time.
Great. Capital Radio. Put your foot together.
Right.
Out of sight. Hey, let's get back to you. By the way, we are talking to Gene Chandler, and...
You said you're tired?
I'm talking to Gene Chandler.
Oh, okay.
I'm tired. Me, tired. I'll be out.
Of Gene Chandler. That's
Gene
what
Chandler,
I
right.
thought you said. That would have been something. You got back.
I'm leaving right now. Nicky Horn, are you still out there?
Please don't go.
Please don't go. I want to be a singer, you know. Maybe when you return back to England in a couple of weeks' time and you're putting some sessions down, come on down and kind of screw your session up and do some background vocals way back. I'll stand 50 feet behind the microphone.
If the door is locked when you come, you won't feel bad with it. I don't think Carl and Bruce will like that.
We will now get back to the interview with you. And when you get out of here and the plane leaves, you ain't coming back ever again.
You're absolutely right. I'll be glad.
Right. Okay. Now, like I was saying, this is Capital Radio, Soul Spectrum. What other radio program you get madness like this on? Now, your career, like I was trying to explain before, spanned a whole long time with an awful lot of different people, and there have been ups and downs, and times when you were dissatisfied, of course, times when you were very highly elated, and you thought the whole world was your oyster and everything else, and then you got together with the, you talked about a group when you were at the group before, the Duquettes.
The Duquettes, yeah.
Duquettes, sorry about that. And you kind of went on your solo career. But then again, at a point in time, I think it was back in 1970 or 71. You got together.
71.
71. You got together with somebody else.
It was after Groovy Situation.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I got together with Jerry Butler, great artist.
The Iceman.
The Iceman.
He was super dude number one. He was always the best dressed man around.
Yeah.
I remember seeing his shows. He used to stand on there, and the band would be working away, and he just comes on cool as ever.
Yeah.
Sings a song, knocked the whole place out, and walks off impeccably dressed, and everything is still in place.
Well, that's why he was the best dressed. Not that he was really the best dressed, but he kept his clothes on, and he stood there, and you could always see the style. He didn't move that much because he was an Iceman, but he's an all-time great, and he'll always be great, Jerry Butler.
Well, why did you get together with him?
Well, we were both on the same label. And to be very honest, very, very honest, money.
That's a nice thing to say.
Absolutely. I'm not going to tell no fairy tales. It was a situation, well, money was let's say, number one, okay? We're on the same label. Jerry had an LP out, I had an LP out, hit single, he had a hit single. Now we decided, since we were on the same label, to get together and have another LP out.
Mm-hmm.
And do that too. So we decided to put together some tunes that we thought the public would like and appreciate. You know, when you're recording, I speak of money. I don't mean to be that the only reason I record is for money, because there's other feelings involved too. We feel as though we are a servant to the people, at least I do, and I think Jerry does too, because people listen to music because they enjoy it, and we try to put things in the grooves that they can enjoy. Mm-hmm. And we got together and tried to put together an LP we thought they would enjoy, and if they enjoyed it, that was money. Okay, so that's what it's all about. You know, if you don't love it, then you can't do it, and then you're like really falsifying the people. So first of all, it's the love for the people.
Right. I should think that was kind of difficult. First of all, you decided to get together to do this album. Then you had to find the right kind of person to write the right songs for you to do.
Well, we had that. Jerry has a firm, and I have a firm, and most of the tunes are by a writer from our firm, Simtek and Wally, who I recorded, produced, Gotta Get Over the Hump for on my label, Kachan. And it turned out to be a fantastic. I really enjoyed recording with Jerry.
Did any of the records do good as a single, or did the album do good on its own?
Yeah, we sold about 200,000-300,000 LPs somewhere in that area.
That's money. Yeah,
absolutely. And it was a pleasure recording with a pro like Jerry. It was really fantastic.
What track from that Gene and Jerry album is your favorite?
There's 2 or 3 favorites. But just so the people will know what we're getting ready to play.
You rotter. He's done it on me again. James, would you please talk to the man? You tell him to behave himself.
I should. Okay, I'll behave myself. I like the tune. It's called, it talks about the woman on the corner. And we're saying take her off the corner because somebody wants her other than what the situation is. So to each his own. Okay. 10 and 2. I'll tell you what to do.
10 and 2, I'll tell you what to do. Gene and Jerry.
Capital 194. It was a time of heroes, daredevils, men who lived only to fly. And one of them was Waldo Pepper.
Hello, good people.
Robert Redford is Waldo Pepper, the fearless flyer who performs daring stunts to thrill the crowds. See The Great Waldo Pepper, George Roy Hill's great adventure film starring Robert Redford at the Paramount Lower Regent Street now. Certificate A.
Capital record break. Now from K-Tel, 24 reggae greats. 24 reggae hits by the original stars. Bubba Marcia, Desmond Decker. You can get it if you really The Pioneers. Bruce Ruffin. I'm mad about you. Greyhound. The world is black. And many more original styles on K-Tel's 24 reggae greats. Only $2.49 in most department stores and record shops. Also on cassette and cartridge. Reggae at its best from K-Tel.
Capital Radio, 7 before 9 o'clock, and we're listening and talking to Gene Chandler, and we got to give you a different and totally opposite side to the man right now.
That was Gene Chandler, and this is Gene Chandler. And I'd like to dedicate that to Rita Martha and family from Michael Garish, and also to Mr. and Mrs. Sam.
That's right. Unforgettable. What? Now, can I ask you a question? I'm going to put you on the line right now, and I don't mean to bring you down, but why after somebody like Nat sings a song like that, I know it's a beautiful song.
And Dinah.
Mm-hmm, right.
And some others.
Right, but I'm saying, like everybody, as far as everybody's concerned, that's Nat King Cole's song. And what was it that made you say, okay, that's his biggest record ever, and he did it exceptionally well, but I'm going to have a crack at it, too.
It's a beautiful song, and I was in the mind, like, if people out there can excuse me, I didn't care who liked it. I loved it, and I wanted to do it, and if they could dig where I was coming from, beautiful. If they didn't, I'd sit back and thrill behind it myself.
I got you. Right on. Because the reason why I asked that question, sometimes, for instance, I was sitting at home the other day, and the record came over the air, and my lady said, oh, why it was the lady... And he said, why did she do that song? I preferred the original version of it. And I said, have you ever stopped to think that maybe she loved that song and she really wanted to sing it?
Right.
And I think a lot of people ask questions like that, and I just wanted to get it straight from the horse's mouth.
Right.
Because I don't do no singing. You see.
You hear a song and it's beautiful, and at times you have to get away from thinking about the commercial and money value, and you have to think about something that you love to do. And if it hits beautiful, if it don't, hey, that's it,
Right.
And this type of sound was a different thing for me, and I just wanted to get into it.
I was going to play another record years after before the news, but we're going to have to cut it if we did that. So I tell you what we're going to do. We're just going to... No, we're not going to cut it. We're going to play a record. We're going to play it in its totality. We don't do things like that. So we're going to keep on wrapping up to the news. Time is now exactly 2 months before the 9 o'clock. Soul Spectrum, Greg Edwards sitting right here with Gene Chandler, the man. Came on over looking around to the musicians here in this country. He's wanted to get back in the studios and start cutting some other things.
Yeah.
And with any luck, we might even keep you here if you come back and later on this year.
I'm going to be here a while. I'm going to be here a while this time. I'll probably be leaving next week, and I'll be coming back. And then I'll start beginning to get myself together to begin to record probably maybe a month from now, because in the organization that I'm involved with includes Johnny Nash, which I mentioned before.
Right.
And Johnny will be here next month to begin to start off with his new record, Tears on My Pillow.
Right.
And I'll be here with my cohort to try
Can you just let us into a little tiny secret? Is Johnny still doing reggae, or is he into something different?
This tune is reggae.
It is?
Yes, Tears on My Pillow. And it's a smash.
He's a nice cat. I really like him.
Yeah, he's beautiful.
And we just, I tell you what, because we kind of run out of time and the engineer can't actually shout into me while we're rapping on air, I want to talk to the engineer just a minute. Hang in there. If you got to go out, just wait a minute. We tell you what's happening in the world, national, international, local, and everything else. What time you want me out? 3 seconds. Well, 3 seconds from now? No, 3 seconds after the hour. This is Capital Radio 194. It's beautiful. It's commercialized, localized, and personalized. And we don't take time out to try and prove that we're anything. We're not disc jockeys. We're just a radio station with people, real honest-to-goodness people like Gene Chandler and me and Nicky Horn and Kenny Everett and Dave Cash and Tommy Vance and everybody else. And all we want to do is sit here at the pile of records and nice, groovy people and talk with you and entertain you and keep you company. Some of you are sitting there by yourselves. Why look at television, you know? Why get
I'm going to
bored?
charge you for that plug.
News time.
It's 9 o'clock. This is Norman Tozer. First, the gathering crisis in the Labour Party over the Common Market referendum.